Hello everyone, good morning to all. Now this is video number 2 from chapter sources of energy. In the last video we have seen that the sources of energies are going to divide into conventional sources and non-conventional sources of energy. In the beginning of the chapter we are going to start with conventional sources of energy. Then the next part and the second half of this chapter is all about non-conventional sources. So starting with these conventional sources of energy, first I am going to revise again what is meant by conventional sources. Conventional sources are also called, in Marathi it is called as paramparik, traditional. So why it is called as paramparik? We are using them from the long period because they are convenient to use. Conventional is from convenient to use. We can easily derive the energy from these resources. That's why they are conventional sources of energy. So talking about the examples of these conventional sources of energy, these are nothing but we are talking about wood. Wood is conventional source of energy. Flowing water comes under sources of energy, conventional sources. These are examples. Okay. Moving towards our fossil fuels. Next is under this only petroleum, coal. These are nothing but the examples of fossil fuels. So wood, flowing water and the fossil fuels like petroleum and coal are nothing but the conventional sources of energy. Now, how we are getting the required amount of energy from these fossil fuels? This is our first topic. Okay, we are talking about now fossil fuel. This is first topic. Now talking about fossil fuel, first thing, how it forms. Okay, in the last video we had a discussion on this. Just I am going to repeat it again in the short time. How it forms. We are talking about fossil fuels, that comes under petroleum as well as coal comes under fossil fuels. So how the coal is formed? The big plant bodies, dead big plant bodies, when buried into the earth crust, because of high pressure and high temperature, some anaerobic microorganisms, the term anaerobic, without oxygen, they can survive without oxygen. Some anaerobic microorganisms decompose these big plant bodies into fossils, and these fossils are nothing but the coal, and this coal having high calorific value. What is the meaning of high calorific value? That is, when 1 kg of coal is burned, it produces lot amount of heat energy. That's why coal having high calorific value as compared to wood. Take 1 kg of wood and also 1 kg of coal. Burn these two. You will get the maximum energy from coal as compared to wood. So we can say that coal is having high calorific value. That's why it is the best fossil fuel to use, at least for India, where we require cheaper sources. So this particular coal is a cheap source for us. Okay. Now talking about petroleum. How this petroleum is formed? Similar to that of coal, but under the sea. Under the sea, there is a lot amount of vegetation. There are what we can say plants, those having a small leaves and all. Yes. So some aquatic animals and also some vegetation plants, when they buried because of some natural calamities like earthquake, it is said that in a day under the ocean more than 3,000 of earthquake takes place. So because of this earthquake, the vegetation over the seabed and some dead aquatic animals buried into the bed of ocean. And again, because of high pressure, because of this lot amount of water and under high temperature, when the decomposition takes place, so that particular decomposition gives us petroleum. That's why you will get the oil refineries over the sea. Is it clear? So in this way, coal and petroleum is formed. Are you getting me? Because of dead animal and plant bodies buried into the earth crust under high pressure and high temperature, some anaerobic microorganism decompose them and convert them into petroleum and coal. That's why they are called as fossil. Fossil means dead remains from the long time. And fuel because they gives us a lot amount of heat energy when we burn them. That's are nothing but the fossil fuel. Is it clear? Example, coal and petroleum. Now if you are having a textbook with you, see the page number 244. The chart is given there. I am going to show you. Okay, if you can see, this chart is given there. See the red part of it. The maximum portion is covered with the red, that is coal. Then the next part is petroleum and natural gas given by the green color. Hydro is given by yellow color, and nuclear and wind. So you can easily see in this particular diagram that maximum portion is covered with the coal. Means in India we are using coal to create our required amount of energy. Then why we are using this coal or fossil fuel on this high rate? Definitely there are certain advantages of this particular coal. It is there in the notes why we are using this fossil fuel. The number one first point I am not going to write down here again because it is there with you in your notes. Okay, if you want, first point is high calorific value. Talking about the advantages of fossil fuel, high high calorific value means lot amount of heat energy is produced behind unit mass. Is it clear? That gives you lot amount of heat energy. This is first advantage. Second advantages of using fossil fuel on high rate is it is easily accessible. Okay, you can easily access to them. Means just burn them, you will get the heat energy. Okay, and the third and most important one is it is economical, cheaper source, and the last, easy to store and transport. So see, what is fossil fuels? Why these fossil fuels are using on the high rate in our India? Because it is having high calorific value, easily accessible, most important it is economical, बड़ा सस्ता होता है, easy to store and transport. That's why we are using this fossil fuel on a high rate. Is it clear? But at the same time, when we are using them on a high rate, there are a lot amount of disadvantages too. This whole chapter is all about taking the different examples of sources of energy, their advantages and disadvantages. This is nothing but the theory of this chapter. So this is your first topic about the fossil fuels, their advantages. At the same time, now we are going to discuss about their disadvantages. क्या दिक्कतें हैं? Okay. Number one, we are talking about fossil fuels. So fossil fuels are non-renewable sources. Fossil fuels are non-renewable sources. What is meant by non-renewable? To produce these particular fossil fuels, it takes a long time, millions of years. So you cannot produce these fossil fuels for the same generation. चाहे तो भी आप अपने जनरेशन के लिए fossil fuel नहीं बना सकते. That's why we are having them in a particular amount, and if you are using them on a high rate to create the electricity, so at the particular period they are going to exhaust. In the statistic, it is said that in India or in the world itself, it is there with us for the 200 of years. बट जिस तरीके से हम यूज़ कर रहे हैं वो आंकड़ा 2 साल में ही डायरेक्टली 100 ऑफ ईयर्स तक आ गया. इज इट क्लियर? बिकॉज वी आर यूजिंग दैट ऑन अ हाई रेट. सो वॉट एवर द कोल वी आर हैविंग इन इंडिया, इफ वी आर यूजिंग देम ऑन अ सेम रेट टू गेट facilitated with the different facilities, because we are requiring electrical energy to get facilitate our life, but at the same time if we are using that coal on a high rate, they are going to exhaust और आने वाले जनरेशन के लिए कोल नहीं रहेगा. Is it clear? So that is the first disadvantage. These sources are non-renewable. Number 2, burning a coal create lot amount of pollution. Coal is nothing but the combination of mostly carbon. It also contains sulfur, it also contains nitrogen, it also contains hydrogen. Yes, mainly carbon, but it also contains sulfur, nitrogen, hydrogen also. So when we are talking to burn this particular fossil fuel like coal, so at the same time when carbon burns, it produces carbon dioxide. When sulfur burn, it produces sulfur dioxide. Oxygen का addition मतलब burning ना. So carbon burns carbon dioxide, sulfur burns sulfur dioxide, hydrogen burns, definitely it produces water H2O. तो उसका कोई दिक्कत नहीं. But talking about sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, sulfur and nitrogens are non-metals. Okay, sulfur and nitrogen and even carbon, even hydrogen, all are non-metal. So their oxides, non-metal oxides are having acidic nature. कैसा नेचर होता है? एसिडिक. एज दे आर हैविंग एसिडिक नेचर मतलब क्या बोल रहा हूं मैं? व्हेन कोल बर्न्स टू प्रोड्यूस द हीट एनर्जी, दैट रिलीजेस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड, नाइट्रोजन डाइऑक्साइड एंड वाटर. बिकॉज हाइड्रोजन बर्न इट फॉर्म्स वाटर, so it is not harmful for us. But talking about carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, these non-metal oxides are acidic in nature, and when they mix into the rainwater they form acidic rain. And you are knowing the disadvantages of acidic rain. Are you getting me? These are the second disadvantage. Our third disadvantages are burning fossil fuels also leads to the global warming because of this. If the amount of carbon dioxide in the air goes on exceeds, that carbon dioxide holds the heat with them, and because of that the temperature of our atmosphere goes on increasing because of releasing carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide holds the heat with them, and because of that the temperature of our atmosphere goes on increasing, causes global warming. जब हम आपके एज के थे 10-15 साल पहले, सो इन दिस पर्टिकुलर समर सीजन हम आराम से ग्राउंड पे खेल सकते थे बाहर, आउटडोर गेम्स दोपहर के समय. द टेम्परेचर इज नियर अबाउट 37 और 38, हार्डली 40, not more than that in summer. I'm talking about summer. But nowadays our summer temperature is near about 48 degrees Celsius. तो आप घर से बाहर ही नहीं निकल सकते हो. That is the difference because of the global warming. So burning these fossil fuels like coal releases carbon dioxide, and that leads to the global warming. That is again disadvantages. So this is all about coal having certain advantages like this, but also having lot amount of disadvantages. Is it clear? So what are the disadvantages? It is non-renewable source, so we have to use them in the limited amount. Number 2, burning fossil fuels releases lot amount of harmful gases like nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, which are acidic in nature, leads to the acid rain. When carbon burns, it produces carbon dioxide that leads to the global warming. That is all about your coal. Advantages, disadvantages, and how these fossil fuels are going to produce. It is there with you in the notes. Are you getting me? Now talking about where we are going to use this coal. So definitely in thermal power plant. So we are going to learn now about the thermal power plants. Okay. I already told you that this whole chapter is about advantages and disadvantages. Okay. So this is about fossil fuels. Now where we are going to use these fossil fuels? In thermal power plant. It is there near you in Chandrapur. Okay, it is called as Chanda Thermal Power Station, CTPS. It is there in Chandrapur. So we'll get the electrical energy from Chandrapur. Then why it is there in Chandrapur? Because Chandrapur having coal mines. Chandrapur having coal mines. They dig the coal from their earth crust. Okay, and as coal is present there in Chandrapur, That's why there is a thermal power plant set up in the Chandrapur. Okay, then how it works? The simple working is there. That's why it comes under conventional sources, because it runs over the coal, and this is just, we can say, a flow chart or the demonstration to see how the chemical energy of coal is going to convert into electrical energy. एक सिंपल सा आपको एक डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन बता रहा हूँ कि कैसे होता होगा थर्मल पावर प्लांट में काम. ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल इट इज बॉयलर, इट इज देयर इन चंद्रपुर, आप देख सकते हो. इट इज बॉयलर विच इज हैविंग these type of spiral copper tube. इसका नाम क्या है? Boiler. Okay. Then here we produce, or here we provide cold water. Then that cold water goes on flowing through this pipe, and here we are providing heat to this boiler by burning coal on large scale. So here we are going to burn the coal which produces heat. That heat is given to the copper tubes. Through that copper tubes, cold water is inlet, and it gets converted here into what? Steam. Definitely when the heat is provided to the copper is a good conductor of heat. That heat is given to the cold water, and cold water gets converted into steam. Now steam further runs and it attacks on the turbine. Turbine starts rotating. When turbine starts rotating, your generator produces electricity. This is the simple one. क्या होगा? In the boiler we are having spiral copper tubes from which we use the inlet of cold water and outlet of steam. So coal is going to burn. When coal burns, it provides heat. That heat given to the copper tube. Copper tube provides the heat to the cold water and converts into steam. That steam further runs towards the turbine. Turbine starts rotating and generator produces electricity. This is how thermal power plant works. This is simple working. Yes or no? This is about thermal power plant. This is working of thermal power plant. Now talking about the advantages and disadvantages of this thermal power plant. The most important advantage of thermal power plant which is set up in the city like Chandrapur, that provides employment to the local population. Talking about Gadchiroli, in Gadchiroli we don't have any kind of plant or industry in our MIDC, Maharashtra Industrial Development Corporation. It is there near Government Polytechnic, Indara. Yes. So in Gadchiroli, our MIDC don't have much particular industrial area. That's why we don't have any job. Yes. But in Chandrapur, because of this kind of power plant set up there, their local population gets the employment. That is the most important advantage. लोगों को काम मिलता है. Okay. Number 2, we are using coal. We are using coal and convert the chemical energy of coal into electricity. So this particular coal we are using as a fuel. It is the cheaper fuel, economical. इंडिया के लिए सस्ता है. Yes or no? सस्ता है, इसलिए हम कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं into electrical energy. That is the most important advantage. It must be economical. This particular coal is economical, so that it gets converted into electrical energy. Now the next one is talking about the setup of this particular thermal power plant. Does not require much engineering. It is too simple. It is too simple. So very easily your heat energy of the coal getting converted into electricity. Is it clear? Then अनदर सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट दी एडवांटेजेस. क्या क्या एडवांटेजेस बताया मैंने? नंबर 1, योर कोल हैविंग हाई कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू, दैट इज द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ कोल. मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, इट इज cheaper source of energy, cheaper source of affordable, cheaper source of energy. Next, this kind of thermal power plant provides employment to the local population. That are the advantages of having thermal power plant in your city, which is not there with us. Okay, now there are lot of disadvantages too. जो लोग चंद्रपुर से बिलोंग करते हैं उन्हें बड़े अच्छे से पता है what are the disadvantages of this thermal power plant. Number 1, to set up this thermal power plant it takes a large area, so somehow some of the people get displaced from their own place to set up this particular thermal power plant called as rehabilitation takes place. उन्हें अपनी जगह छोड़ के कहीं और जाना पड़ता है because it is the government project, so they must have to release from their own place. उन्हें अपनी जगह छोड़नी पड़ती है. Okay, this is most important disadvantage. It takes large area that causes displacement of local population. Number 2, again we burn a coal on the high scale, and when you burn the coal, मैंने पहले लिख के दिए थे, when coal burns it produces lot amount of pollution like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide that causes acid rain. Acid rain directly affects on your skin as well as affects on the fertility of soil. Okay, so burning coal produces lot amount of non-metal oxides which are acidic in nature. These acidic oxide releases into atmosphere, mixed to the rainwater, and the whole rainwater become acidic rain. Because of this acidic rain, soil fertility goes on decreasing. It also affects on the plant bodies, aquatic animals, and also your skin. That are the biggest disadvantage. Next one is when carbon dioxide releases, it leads to the global warming. Yes or no? Experience the summer in Chandrapur. You will get to know what is meant by global warming. Our 48 degrees Celsius as compared to Chandrapur 48 degrees Celsius, we can survive in Gadchiroli, but in Chandrapur it is very difficult to survive in particular summer season because of these coal mines and thermal power plant. This is the disadvantage. Are you getting me? So this is about thermal power plant, advantages and disadvantages. It is also there in your notes. Okay, now moving towards the next topic, after fossil fuel which is used in thermal power plant, our next conventional source of energy is flowing water. So this flowing water having, you are knowing that, kinetic energy. Now we are going to utilize this kinetic energy to produce again electricity. पूरा chapter में electricity बनाना है. Okay. So now we are talking about hydroelectric power plant. So throughout the chapter I am going to tell you the little bit mechanism of working of these kind of power plants. Okay, this is only the way to understand how the particular energy is going to convert into electrical energy. Not exactly in this way, but this is only the flow chart. We can understand how it is going to convert. So talking about the working of this hydroelectric power plant, it is too simple. We are trying to create dams. Okay, the diagram is there on page number, see this diagram is there, okay, on page number 246. So refer this particular diagram. Okay, then we construct a dam. So we are constructing these kind of dams to obstruct the flowing water. अब यहाँ पे डैम बनाया तो यहाँ पे पानी रुक गया, So we are trying to construct a dam in such a way that the water is going to store at the height, at the particular height. अब height पे अगर पानी रोक के रखोगे, so that water is going to flow then in the bottom area where we are going to construct a setup of turbine. Then because of this flowing water, see, we store this particular water in a dam by obstructing the flow of river. So flowing water having which energy? Kinetic energy. When this flowing water is stored in the dam at the particular height, so their kinetic energy is going to convert into potential energy because that water is stored in a dam. So this particular potential energy, when that water is allowed to flow in the bottom area, again gets converted into which energy? Kinetic energy. And kinetic energy of this flowing water applying force on the turbine, and turbine starts rotating, and generator produces electricity. This is the simple working. Yes or no? क्या करना है? You have to construct the dam in the way of river so that you can store the water at a particular height. Yes, when the gates are open and the allow water to flow in the downside, that particular water is going to flow through the narrow pipes and strikes on the turbine. When they strikes on the turbine, their kinetic energy applying force on the turbine, turbine starts rotating and your generator produces electricity. This is the simple working of hydroelectric power plant. Are you getting me? Yes. Now the advantages of, again, advantages, disadvantages. So first, advantage of hydroelectric power plant. So in hydroelectric power plant, to get the electrical energy, we are using flowing water. Flowing water is renewable source. Yes or no? बारिश होते ही रहती है. Flowing water is a renewable source of energy. As it is renewable source of energy, just construct a power plant once. Yes, hydroelectric power plant एक बार बना लो, and if you are getting the plenty amount of water, so because of that water you will get the electrical energy. So first advantage is the flowing water which is utilized in the hydroelectric power plant is a renewable source of energy. Okay. Number two, as compared to thermal power plant, hydroelectric power plant produces very less pollution. अब आप बोलोगे सर पोल्यूशन तो हो ही नहीं रहा. We are going to discuss it in the disadvantages. थोड़ा बहुत करता है ये भी. Okay. So as compared to thermal power plant, it produces very less amount of pollution. That is second disadvantage. Second advantage. Number one, renewable source. Number two, it releases very less pollution into the atmosphere. Okay. Number three, and the most important one, it is not related to converting into electrical energy, but for India it is very important because India is Krushi Pradhan Desh. Our country is agriculture based country. We give first preference to the farmers. बोलने के लिए दिखता तो नहीं है, but it is agriculture based country. So as we construct a dam near the river and obstruct the water and store the water, so it helps that particular farmers in that near local area, so that stored water first utilized to give irrigation to their farming. ना मतलब बहता हुआ पानी हमने रोक दिया to get the electrical energy from them, but it is also used. Okay. अब ये डैम हमने पानी भर के रख दिया. Now this stored water is also utilized to provide irrigation to the local area. So जहाँ भी डैम के आसपास की जितनी भी खेती है, so that particular farming area gets irrigation because of this dam. Is it clear? So flowing water is stored also to produce electricity, but when advantage of it is also provided for the local farming. Is it clear? So these are the advantages. Number one, renewable source. Number two, less pollution. Number three, what? It provides irrigation for the local farming. Done. Now there are disadvantages too. First disadvantage, its initial cost is so high as compared to thermal power plant. It takes thousands of crores. I am talking about thousands of crores. Okay, so it is there in SST that on Narmada, yes, on Narmada river, the local population opposed that Tehri dam. It is there in SST. Go through that chapter. Maybe the chapter is also named as sources of energy. It is there in SST also. Okay. So why particular people in that local area oppose this kind of hydroelectric power plant? The first disadvantage is it is for the government that it takes lot amount of money to construct, thousands of crore. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? It gives us electrical energy, but talking about the renewable source of energy, that is water. So we are knowing that it depends upon the nature. Then हमेशा सेम बारिश होगी जरूरी नहीं है ना. Yes or no? We are not getting water properly for the irrigation. So what amount of water we are going to utilize to create the electrical energy then? So we are spending lot amount of energy to construct this hydroelectric power plant, but these hydroelectric power plants, we are not given the assurity to create that much amount of energy. Yes, पैसा तो लग गया, जरूरी नहीं है बारिश हर साल इतनी होगी कि we can produce the electricity through this hydroelectric power plant. Okay, this is the biggest disadvantage. Lot amount of money spent to construct them, but this power plant does not give us assurity to produce electrical energy on the same rate. बारिश हुई तो बनेगा, नहीं तो. That is first disadvantage. Second disadvantage, it takes lot amount of space, so that particular farmers has to donate their farms, their land, and this is the biggest disadvantage. Because हमारी अगर संस्कृति देखी जाए तो हम लोग वो है जो नदी किनारे बसते थे. बिकॉज वी आर हैविंग अ वेरी फर्टाइल सॉइल एट द बैंक ऑफ रिवर्स. यस और नो? सो व्हेन दिस काइंड ऑफ पावर प्लांट्स आर गोइंग टू सेट अप एट दैट पर्टिकुलर एरिया, यू हैव टू डिस्प्लेस फ्रॉम योर ओन प्लेस. वो जगह हमें छोड़नी पड़ती है जो कि हाईली फर्टाइल होती है, बैंक ऑफ द रिवर्स. ओके, सो लार्ज डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ पीपल टेक्स प्लेस बिकॉज ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्टिंग दीज पावर प्लांट्स. सो लोगों को अपने ज़मीनें देनी पड़ती है. सो दैट इज़ द बिगेस्ट डिसएडवांटेज ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्टिंग दिस हाइड्रोइलेक्ट्रिक पावर प्लांट. यू गेटिंग? नेक्स्ट, ओके, disadvantage. As see, we constructed dam, then we releases the water, it rotates the turbine, but that water is again going to release and store at some place. So because of this particular stored water, whatever the vegetation is there, जो भी plants होंगे छोटे छोटे, these particular plants comes under the water then. Yes or no? Submerged vegetation, what we can term, we can use submerged vegetation. Vegetation means plant and submerged मतलब डूब जाए. अब इधर से पानी आया, turbine rotates and that water again stored in that particular area. But whatever the vegetation we are having, that vegetation submerged under the water, and because of their decomposition it forms methane gas, and methane gas results into global warming. Then how? Because it forms greenhouse effect. What is meant by greenhouse effect? They forms the layer over our atmosphere. This layer allows heat to come. This is actually the layer of hydrogen, hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide. Okay, these particular methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide and hydrogen gas. Methane, hydrogen gas, hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide, they forms greenhouse effect. They forms the layer over our atmosphere, and this layer allows heat to come into atmosphere but does not allow heat to go out. बाहर नहीं जाने देते. It just like a glass sheet. Heat अंदर आने देते हैं but बाहर नहीं जाने देते. Then what will happen? The inner temperature goes on increasing. So when the vegetation submerged under the water, they forms methane gas, and along with these gases, methane produces the greenhouse effect. Because of this greenhouse effect, don't go with the term greenhouse. Greenhouse effect is actually the problem. Okay, they allow heat to come into the atmosphere but does not allow heat to escape out. That's why inner temperature goes on increasing. So our hydroelectric power plant also results into global warming, greenhouse effect. This is also the disadvantage. So there are certain advantage and also disadvantage. So throughout this chapter we are going to discuss different kinds of power plants, how the different kind of sources are going to convert into electrical energy, their advantage and disadvantage. Hope you understand today's topic. Today we cover the topic like fossil fuels, thermal power plant and hydroelectric power plant, their advantages and disadvantages. Okay, I already shared the whole notes of this chapter. Go through the notes, remember their advantages and disadvantages. Hope you are enjoying these particular videos. If you like my videos, go to my channel, like the videos, subscribe the channel so you will get the updated videos. Thank you so much.